Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. It's time for the start of another awesome streaming week here on DSPGaming. And also, it's the start of a new month. Well, maybe we have one more day left in August, but technically, this is the start of a new streaming month for me. As you can see, refreshed setup and a lot of interesting new stuff to talk about today, including how did everything go last week, like Metal Gear Solid Delta and the Mega Man Marathon. But what about upcoming stuff like new playthroughs and awesome stuff that I have in store for you this coming week for the fresh September start? Also, we got a new marathon to plan. So there's a lot going on right now to talk about, and I'm excited to tackle a brand new week here with all of you. So sit back and relax. It's time for a month ending, month beginning, awesome, refreshing episode of the Level 1 podcast. All righty. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. It is Sunday, the 31st of August, 2025, the end of the final month of summer. Although summer lingers and we'll still have a few weeks of it, we're heading into fall, and that is the most exciting time of the year for gamers like you and me because it is the time when we have the absolute most amount of game releases. My hair is already out of control today. So we got a lot to do. This will be a very, very busy month with all of the different things that I'll be covering. And I certainly hope that you guys will join me for an awesome, awesome month of gaming. What I'd like to do this morning is get caught up because we didn't do a podcast since last Wednesday. And because of that, there's been a lot of stuff going on. The premiere of my Metal Gear Solid Delta playthrough and how it did and what people think of the game. Also, the Mega Man Marathon that took place on Friday, which is my last Mega Man Marathon for a long time at this point. We've now played a lot of Mega Man. It's time to give it a little bit of a rest before we bring it back for more classic fun. In addition, we've got all kinds of interesting stuff going on. We've got a new DSP Tri-Set on deck that directly ties in to Metal Gear Solid Delta, and I'd like to show you a little bit about that today to get your interest piqued. And in addition to all of that, we've got a new marathon coming up at the very end of September. And in that marathon, it's going to be the worst games ever. What we need to start doing is planning what are some of the worst games ever that you guys would like to see me play during that crazy event that's going to happen. So we've got a lot of stuff to discuss, and I hope that you all had a great Saturday away. Yesterday was my day off for the week. And it was a good one. It was a cooler day, which was nice and welcome. After having a lot of hot summer days recently, it was good to have a day that was cloudy and more relaxed. For me, it was just a more laid back day. I did some errands and did actually spend some time most of the day with my wife, just kind of hanging out. We actually had some wine together, which was nice. Like I've told you guys recently, I'm not a big wine drinker. And we decided maybe we'll try some wines out and see what we think. So we actually tried out some wine together, which was nice last night. And, just kind of sat back and relaxed. Nothing too crazy, nothing to report, nothing of too much importance, to really talk about on the show today. But I hope that you all had a great day away. Last week was kind of chaotic near the end of the week, right? Where we had Metal Gear Solid Delta premiering, which got everyone all worked up in a tizzy because, as you know, the Metal Gear series is kind of infamous for me. It's what got me internet infamy in a lot of ways. Like a lot of people knew who I was or maybe had never heard of me or only had heard about me in a positive light until I played the Metal Gear Solid franchise ages ago, which then actually kind of spurned people to create the This Is How You Don't Play series, and the rest is history. So for me to go back to Metal Gear after all of these years being away from it, it got people talking again. People came back to the channel to watch, and it's cool. Of course, the usual happened where I started the game and it was incredibly boring because there's 7,000 cutscenes and you can't play the game. I mean, no exaggeration. I played it almost 4 hours on Thursday, and I feel like I basically played the game for 20 minutes during the 4 hours. It was just so many cutscenes. And I get it. Kojima wants to be a very, very artistic director. I mean, take a look at a game like Death Stranding, where most of the gameplay is just kind of busy work nonsense and the game is mostly narrative. But at the same time, man, I'm not going to just give it a pass. Sorry if it's the third time I've played the game. I'm still going to call it out. Now, today, I've got a cool face cam with background removal tools. I got silly things, props and stuff that I'm using. And some people thought it was funny and others were like, oh, it's so cringe. Well, sorry, I had to stay awake. Anyway, the playthrough has been live for a few days. People seem to like it. In fact, a lot of people were actually upset that I did not play Metal Gear on Friday. But, things were already scheduled. I wanted to do another marathon for the end of the month. This now has realigned our marathons. What do I mean by that? I mean, now our marathons will always be around the end of the month, which is perfect for the end of the year because coming up, we have 2 holiday events, the traditional annual Halloween marathon that I do, and also we've got the Christmas marathon that I do. So I needed to have those marathons kind of reshifted and aligned so that they were at the right time. Now they are, okay? And that's why we're going to talk today about this Worst Games Marathon coming up. We'll look at dates. We'll try to figure out exactly what day it'll be and try to perhaps discuss and lock in a few games for that event so that we know exactly what's coming up. All right? Good stuff. But anyway, welcome to a new month. I know it's technically not September yet, okay? But it feels like a new month to me. It feels like we are starting something fresh, something exciting here on DSPGaming. As you can see, I have refreshed the set, switched back to the blue panels for the corners instead of the black, and we have new things. So what do we got? Well, you may recognize this guy. This was the last Lego that I built way back in April, I want to say it was, the Lego Piranha Plant. But the cool thing is, since I made this Lego, I went out and I found a ceramic Super Mario Brothers pipe. So now I took the Lego that actually had a really small base pipe and didn't look so good on set, and I put it inside, and now it looks amazing. It actually looks like it's doubled in size because the pipe is a new ceramic thing. It's pretty cool. In reality, this was complete luck because I bought the pipe with the intention of maybe having something stick out of it. Like I thought, oh, maybe I'll put like the Fallout bobblehead or that Sonic statue I have. But then I looked, I was like, wait a minute. And I just went, bloop, and it fit perfectly. Like, oh, shit. Okay, that's cool. So now Piranha Plant looks way better. Okay, we brought back the game over sign. We haven't had a sign in a few months. I said, let's bring back one of the LED signs. New animations for the month, as you'll notice. All of my streams will have new animations now. Okay, so all of this stuff on the frame will be new and different, which is cool. On the right-hand side, now this, obviously, some people might criticize, and I'm there with you. So here's the deal. Last night I'm setting up. And I said, well, we'll keep the YouTube play button on there, but I want something new for the side. And I was looking through my closet, and I found this. Lego Ryu, holding a Hadouken. And I started to think to myself, like, when did I get this? And I actually can't remember. Like, I don't know if I bought it at a convention or if this is something that a fan made and sent me. I'm leaning towards a fan. I'm leaning towards a fan actually created this for me over the years and sent it to me, okay? And I haven't really used it. So pretty cool. For the background this month, I said, here's something new that we can do. It's not Mega Man related like last month, but instead we can do something different, right? Now, the problem with that is that it needs to stand up. And I needed to put it on something, and I had a frame, so I put it on the frame, or I should say the stand. But there's a problem with the stand. It's way too tall, okay? So we could do one of two things. We could either have it set like that, and we'll just have to put up with the fact that the stand is sticking up above. There's nothing I can do about that. Or we could just put something on top of it. And I was actually messing around. I was like, gee, could the cowboy hat fit on there? Nah, the cowboy hat's way too big. It wouldn't stay. And I was balancing different things. I was like, well, I haven't used the crown in a bit. I put it on there, and it balanced. And I was like, oh. So I could put the crown on there if I want, or we could just remove it. What do you guys, I mean, honest, feedback here from the viewers. What do you guys think? Do you like it better like this, where you could see more of the background, but we have to put up with the stand? Oh, well, now the pop-up's blocking it. Which do you like better? Do you like it better with just Ryu standing there holding his Hadouken? Or do you like it with the crown there? Either one, I think it looks good. But personally, I do think that the crown kind of floating looks a little weird. So I'm waiting for this. But there we go. See, right now, I think this looks fine. But some people might be like, oh, it bothers me that the stand's in the shot. Like the stand, is really sticking out there. So I put the crown on there, then it covers it. It almost looks like a lamp, doesn't it? It looks like a Ryu lamp or something. Right? What do you guys think? Should we do a poll? Let's do a poll. All right.
Spinning bird kick.
Danzak is happy the piranha plant is back. I'm glad to hear that. Let's do some polls quickly. Looks odd with the crown on. I know it looks like a lamp, doesn't it? Like it looks like I bought a Ryu lamp, but it's not really. It's not a lamp. It doesn't turn on or anything. If it turned on, maybe that'd be all right. But all right, hold on. Let's do some polling. Why not? Let's do a live poll. I haven't done one of these in a while. Okay, here we go. Ready? Let's see what you guys think. Please vote. Do you want the crown or do you want the crown gone and make it just Ryu? All right. So anyway, there you go. And then as you can see, the only other new addition, which actually will not be a permanent addition, we're going to talk about in just a second. Okay, this is actually what we're going to be doing for DSP Tries It Next this coming week. Okay, it's a cool tie-in with Metal Gear Solid Delta. It'll be a good one-off special episode, and then after that, we'll probably get back to the usual business of doing taste testing of food again. Okay, cool. So by the way, how is everyone? Who's here today? Schnitzel Sandwich, that's an interesting name. Dab Hands, Vietnamese Comrade, Copium, Chris. Good morning to all of you. Girl Set, good morning. Over on Kick, we got Sega San, RGB Studio, Maestro David, Mango Ice Cream Kitty, Small Hourly, Wizard Pirate. How's everyone over there? Ortega, what's up? Captain Base Pants, what's up? I think I saw Bumblebee Farmer this morning. Again, he's starting to be a regular on my streams. Welcome. Ellipsian, what's up? Big Mac, how are you? Hashtag Fluffy, what's up? Brian Gaming, what's up? Good morning, everybody. Hope you all had a good Saturday away, and I hope you're ready for some action today. I'm like invigorated. I am. Like whenever I like update my set, I feel like it's a brand new month starting. I get pumped. I get like more excited, and I'm feeling like really energized today. Good stuff. Let's do some quick shout outs because we do have a couple of shout outs to do. We have hashtag Fluffy, who became a member this morning. So let's get that up on the leaderboard. Thanks for that. And we have Danzak, who did a $2 super chat, and he says, I'm happy that the piranha plant is back. I think the problem with the piranha plant was actually that it had a tiny pipe. Like, seriously, I feel like when we first did it, it looked good, right? We built this Lego together over the course of several streams back in April. And then we finished it, and I put it on the set, and it was kind of underwhelming because it wasn't up here. It was like way down here. Like, well, it looks really small. It looked good, but it looked small. Now with this bigger pipe, it looks really good. So, sometimes it's a DIY project to improve it, right? It's weird that Lego didn't make the pipe bigger. They made it such a small pipe, right? If you really think about it, in Mario, the pipe is usually quite large that the plant comes out of. I don't know why with the Lego they made the pipe so small. Besides, they just didn't want to make more Legos. You know what I mean? Like, it would overcomplicate the build or something. I don't know. Anyway, so thank you guys for the early support. All right, so where are we at? Let's assess. Where are we at with goals and what's going on with this? We're at 35 out of 40 goals, all right? Which is good, all right? Back on Friday, I did a Mega Man marathon, and we had started at 32 goals, and over the course of the day, we had lots and lots of support. Notably, it was people on YouTube and people who tipped. That's where the support came from. To be quite honest, the support on Kick was not great. I think we only had a handful of subs all day. And you might say, well, what's up with that? I don't know. It seems like this last week, support on Kick has been really, really low. And I can't explain it. Besides, maybe some regulars aren't coming by. I don't know. It was weird because there was a few people who came to the marathon on Kick who were regular supporters on Kick and didn't support. They just left. I guess they don't like classic Mega Man. I don't know what else to say. And listen, I know that in this case, this was a case where we did 2 marathons in 1 month, which we never do. And it was 2 Mega Man marathons in 1 month. So you know what I've been saying recently, that variety works for me. When I don't do something too often, it works. If I start doing something too often or too regularly, then it seems to peter out and not be as interesting to the audience and they get bored of it. So I think what happened is doing 2 Mega Man marathons in 1 month was a bit much. At the same time, listen, I am not upset whatsoever with Friday's marathon. It went really well. We had great attendance, great engagement, and the support was pretty good. Not as good as the first one, but still pretty good. We hit 3 goals during Friday's stream, which means that we are now at 35 out of 40 goals with only 5 goals left to go this week to do DSP Tries It. So what is DSP Tries It this week? Well, again, following along with the fact that people complained that they got tired of the fast food or just food in general taste testing, okay? This week, I should say, we're doing something completely different, okay? This DSP Tries It coming up will be a special event where I'm going to be doing something that directly ties in with the Metal Gear Solid Delta playthrough. Okay? What is it? Well, here it is. They arrived during my marathon on Friday. I forgot to check the door, so they were sitting outside all day. Calorie Mate. All right? You might say, what is that? Well, Calorie Mate is a Japanese-made snack. And yes, for those of you who are fans of Metal Gear Solid 3, you might be saying, wait a minute, what's that? It's real? Yeah, Calorie Mate is actually real. It's not just an item, an in-game item for Metal Gear. It's actually a real nutritional supplement, okay? So taking a look at it, because the text is absolutely tiny on this thing, so I need to use my glasses to read it. Seriously. So it says, it is a Calorie Mate balanced food. That's all it's called, like balanced food. And it's like, well, what is it? I think it's made of like wheat and sugar and other like nutrients. Like it has nutrients in it. It's supposed to be very dense in. Here, I'll actually read the front. Calorie Mate Block contains a nutritionally balanced source of energy needed for daily activity. Calorie Mate Block is great for people who are always on the go, needing an easy way of consuming energy and nutrition, whether it's for breakfast, work, sports, study, or any busy time. And there you go. And there's 4 flavors, okay? So this one is maple. Then we have this one. This one is cheese. Can you imagine what this one's going to taste like? Cheese-flavored Calorie Mate? Oh, boy. Then we have green text. The green text is fruit-flavored. What fruit? I don't know. Okay, and then last, and certainly not least, we have chocolate. Okay, so maple, cheese, fruit, and chocolate flavored Calorie Mate. Now, this will be interesting because you never really think that a product from a game is real. But I guess it really was a product placement tie-in, but no one knew. Like when you were playing Metal Gear Solid, did you know that this was real? I had no idea at all. And certainly no one even mentioned it to me back in the day. But now we know. So I got all these. I don't even know what they are. I'm not going to open them until we do DSP Tries It. I don't want to spoil myself. Are they chewy? Are they like a rock? Do you break off a piece and suck on it? Do you break it? Is it like a hard candy? Like, what is it? I have no idea. I want it to remain a mystery until we actually do the DSP Tries It episode sometime this week, okay? So, in regards to Calorie Mate, first of all, I guess I'll put them back. I wonder if they'll stand without the bag. I'm curious. Yes. Okay, good. Because now they won't reflect light. Yeah, see, they don't reflect light. They look good now. Okay, so here's the deal, all right? When we hit 40 goals this week, whenever that may be, okay, it's going to be DSP Tries It, all 4 flavors of Calorie Mate. Obviously, I'm not going to eat them all because I'm sure they're very high calorie. Like, that's the point. They're supposed to be very high in nutrients. It's something you're supposed to be eating when you're out in the field doing work or you're a soldier or something like that. So I'm not going to just, eat 4 bars, but I'll probably like take a bite or 2 of each to taste them and see what they are. Now, I'm just going to say one thing. This is all fun, right? It's a good idea. Guess how expensive these are. You're never going to believe it. Okay, you would say, 4-calorie supplement bars. Well, what? Usually like a protein bar, a calorie bar, they cost, $3 to $5 each. This 4-pack of Calorie May cost me, are you ready for this? $38. Yeah. And the reason that they're that expensive is because they're actually a Japanese import product. They're not manufactured in the United States. You actually have to import them and they're shipped, So $38 for this DSP Tries It. I mean, I could have ordered like a bunch of food. You see? So listen, I like doing things that you guys suggest. And in this case, I do think this is a nice, timely DSP Tries It because we're playing Metal Gear Solid Delta this week, all week, many streams of it and everything. At the same time, I hope you understand, this is kind of like a one-off thing. Don't expect me to keep buying these things that I'm not really, like, here's the thing. If I buy a bunch of food for DSP Tries It, at least I'm eating it for dinner. This is like a snack. I'm going to take a bite of each one. I'm going to throw them out. I'm not going to eat these things. I just wasted $40 on it. Geez, man, rip off, right? It really is. So, let's get to 40 goals this week. Let's do this special DSP Tries It. Now, here's the cool thing about this. Because this is just a snack, I can literally do this DSP Tries It at any time. Okay? At any time. So, if we choose, we hit a goal on a day stream, we could do the DSP Tries It at the end of the daytime stream. If we hit it on a night stream, we could do the DSP Tries It on the night stream. It doesn't matter. Either one, because it's just a snack. It's not me eating a whole meal. It's not me drinking. We can easily do this whenever. So this is I think the only time ever that we said, hey, DSP Tries It will happen whenever we're ready when we hit the goals, okay? So if you're interested in seeing if these are any good and you want to, have a nice tie-in with Metal Gear Solid Delta, let's get some support this week, not only for Delta and the playthrough itself, but let's also get some support so we can do this fun DSP Tries It, okay? Cool. Okay, so now we know what's going on for DSP Tries It. Hopefully we get some good support. We'll be able to do it sooner rather than later. Let's take a look at the results of the polls. So on YouTube, the poll is 54% say keep the crown, 46% say make it just Ryu. On Kick, it was 52% said make it just Ryu, and 48% said keep the crown. So it's like negligible. Like either way, I guess it's a 50-50. What do you guys, here's what I'll do. All right. We've got it sitting there. If people complain or we get tired of it, or maybe at one point I'll get tired of it, I'll just remove it. Because I'll be honest, it fills the spot, but at the same time, it doesn't look right floating. It's like a floating crown. It's weird, right? So, I don't know. Does it matter? No, it doesn't. But, I like to have a nice background. It's going to probably end up bothering me. I don't know. Joman, how you doing? Joman66, popping their 51 months as a member and says, nice. Thank you, Joman, for that, for your ongoing support of the channel. I appreciate it. We also got our first tip, as long as it's not a troll. Let's take a look. Let's see. Someone tipped $1.25, says, good to see you doing something different for DSP Tries It. You must stay more active and mobile. How does eating a bunch of energy supplements, how is that going to make me active and mobile? Because when you eat it, it's like Popeye eating spinach. You pop up, you go, da-da-da-da-da-da, you start punching things, and you go crazy, you go active, right? What the heck? Anyway, thanks for your tip. At least it's the first tip of the day. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, good Lord. All right. So, with all that being said, I think it's time to start getting some support. Let's go, everyone. Come on. Let's get some support today. We got one membership. We got a super chat. We got a tiny tip. Let's get some support all around. Let's get our first sub over on Kick of the week because the leaderboard has reset. So let's get our first sub of the week on Kick. Who will be the first person to contribute on Kick this week? Let's get a tip bigger than $1. Let's get a super chat bigger than $2. And let's get some memberships. Let's go. Let's get some support. So a little minor update. In regards to the marathon that went down on Friday, the Mega Man Marathon. So two things about it. Let's talk about the Mega Man Marathon and kind of wrap that up. So how did it go? Well, it went pretty good. In regards to the Mega Man Marathon, we got all of Mega Man 6 completed. It took a while, actually. It took longer than I thought it would. Then we did Mega Man 7, all of the game, which was the SNES version of Mega Man that I had actually never played before. And then we played through all of the robot masters of Mega Man 8 and a whole bunch of anime cutscenes, and then we ran out of time. Okay? So during that marathon, here's what I determined. The NES Mega Man games are classics. They're not all perfect and they have some flaws, but they're quite good. Playing all 6 in a row, like I have done, actually is pretty refreshing and fun. And to this day, I think at any point you can pick them up and they're very enjoyable. Mega Man 7, they tried to do some different things. Notably, they tried to add in some things in 7 that made it a little bit more similar to Mega Man X. But man, I'm going to be honest, I just didn't like Mega Man 7. I thought that, number one, the menu system was incredibly clunky. Like, I was playing the game, and, like, as I was playing it, I was unlocking stuff that seemed worthless. Like, Rush Jet seems like a complete waste in that game. Like, you barely use it. When you do, it's garbage. Um, some of the stages are just ridiculously over-the-top difficult. Even just the regular boss stages. It's like, why? Why are they so tough? I don't understand why they made some of the basic stuff. Like, I can understand, like, you're at the end of the game and, like, there's a Wily stage that's hard. But some of the regular boss stages are just really annoyingly hard. And then, I do feel like there's some issue with the controls. Like, there actually seemed to be some delay with the controls that, I mean, I'm playing the collection on PC where there should be, like, no input delay. And there was actually input delay. So it actually, like, drove me nuts. At the end of the game actually is almost insufferable. Like, the final couple stages and bosses is actually a pain in the ass. It took me way longer to beat Mega Man 7 than I thought. I thought maybe I would actually finish all the games in the marathon, and we couldn't finish 8 because 7 took, like, forever to finish. And for the record, I did not get too drunk or anything. It was the first Mega Man marathon and the one at the beginning of this month, both of them. I basically felt like I had drank a lot and it basically hindered my ability to make progress in the game. This time I barely had any liquor, so it wasn't that, it was just the game. The game in general was just kind of insufferable. Mega Man 8 is funny because, like, I actually think the gameplay elements are good, but it has all these weird anime cutscenes that look like they're from the 1980s. Like, they look like they're old, like, BattleTech. Did you ever see that anime? Or, like, Voltron? Like, that's the quality of the cutscenes in it. And it's like, but wasn't this made in the late 90s? So why does it look so bad? It must be just really awful compression to fit them on PlayStation 1. But it was fun. It was a fun marathon. Sadly, we didn't beat Mega Man 8. And so people were like, well, when are you going to do your next Mega Man marathon? Not for a long time. What I think we need to do is now give it a rest. Like I said, these things work better when you're not doing them often. Because when you do them too often, okay, they end up being way, way too commonplace. I don't want classic Mega Man to feel commonplace and boring. I want it to feel like a special event. So what we'll probably do at the earliest, I would say, maybe we'll do it again in January. Okay, maybe that's what we do. Maybe we, the first Mega Man marathon was in January of this year. So maybe we do a Mega Man marathon in January of next year. And that's a cool way to start the year with a fresh marathon of classic stuff. That could be fun. And what we'd probably do is beat Mega Man 8 and then play 9 and 10, which are all in the Legacy Collection too. And that way we'll have finished all the Legacy Collections. Now, during the Mega Man Marathon, some people ask me, well, what about Mega Man X? Because that's a very classic series. That's great. And have you ever played those before? The answer is yes, I have. Many years ago. Again, during these summertime months, I used to do, like, themed weeks when there was, like, no game releases coming out. And one of the themes that I did was Mega Man and Mega Man X. So I've played through quite a lot of Mega Man games in the past. Notably, Mega Man X, I did a mini marathon of, okay? So what I would like to do is in the future, maybe do a Mega Man X marathon because those are great games. Those are all on SNES. Those control really well, for the record. Like, the controls are great on that. I remember the dash and super jumping and unlocking special moves. You can actually unlock Hadoukens and Shoryukens because their secret abilities really cool. So I think in the future, we'll do another Mega Man marathon to wrap up the classic Mega Man, and then we'll do a Mega Man X marathon. But let's save it for next year. All right, we got more than enough on our plate for this year to tackle before we go to Mega Man again. Let's save it for some fun for the future. Okay, cool. We got some shout outs to do. Then what I'd like to do is talk about this week coming up and the upcoming marathon for September, which is this Bad Games Marathon or Worst Games Ever Marathon. And we can figure that out, okay? All right, let's do shout outs. We've got, first of all, Hanundrum did a 50 knock super chat. And I'm going to be honest, I still don't remember the conversion of knock. So allow me to open up my little currency converter here. Okay, so 50 knock is $4.97. So thank you to Hanundrum. I appreciate that. And also thank you to Hanundrum for your support the other day during the marathon. That's our biggest super chat of the day. And I'll give you the 3 cents. We'll count it. We'll count it as 5. Thank you. We have Andreas, who did a €2.49, whatever the change in euro is, super chat. Let's see what the euro conversion rate is currently. I have no idea. That's $2.91. Okay, and Andreas says, will you play Hollow Knight, Silk Song, or Chronos? Yes, I'm going to be playing Chronos later this week. In fact, that was the next topic of the show, is that we're going to talk about what we're doing this week for the schedule. But I am playing Chronos, The New Dawn, this coming Friday. It is a new release from Bloober Team, the same people who made Silent Hill 2 Remake last year. And this one looks to be the spiritual successor of Dead Space. Like, it looks like Dead Space. I don't know if it's going to play exactly like Dead Space, but man, it looks like it. So I'm excited for this starting on Friday. We're bringing horror back to the channel. Looks like there's going to be quite a bit of horror, because not only do we have Chronos this month, but we also have Silent Hill F coming out at the end of the month. So some horror at the beginning and some horror at the end. It should be good. As for Silk Song, we had to make the tough decision of what to play, whether it was going to be Silk Song, Metal Gear Solid Delta, or Chronos. And between the three, we talked about this last week, I made the choice that it would be Metal Gear Solid and Chronos. Now, we'll see how things go this month. Perhaps there will be enough time this month that I could still try Silk Song. I don't know. But for me, I'd rather focus on the games, that we've got in the schedule. We've got quite a lot going on right now, including continuing on with Metal Gear Solid Delta, continuing with GTA 4, finishing the story, and starting the Ballad of Gay Tony DLC. We've got the Suikoden 2 HD playthrough that's continuing. We've got American Truck Sim. We now have Gears of War multiplayer in the mix. Some CVS2 action this coming Friday night. Yes, Friday Night Fights is actually returning. And then we got Chronos. So with all of that going on, I can't take on another game right now. Okay, we are busy booked. Okay, but sometime may free up later on in the month, and we'll see. Harjus did a 40, I don't know what super chat, and said, all hail the king. Does anyone know what that currency is that Harjus has super chatted in? Because I don't know, and I therefore can't convert it. Does anyone know what that is? That is some weird currency. Is it rubles, rupees? I don't know. If anyone knows what that is, let me know. Okay? Yeah, I don't know why no one's talking in YouTube chat today. Kick chat is talking. Kick chat is kicking. But for some reason, YouTube chat is very quiet. It's Indian rupees. It really is rupees. Are you kidding? Wow. All right, well, let's see here. So if he did 40 rupees, it's 45 cents. So it doesn't even register on the leaderboard at all. So how dare you? You couldn't do $1? What's wrong with you? Jeez. Okay. Someone tipped me $2, says, would you consider yourself a moral person? Listen. What I consider myself is never going to match public perception. But as for me and how I conduct myself in my private life, yeah, I would consider myself a moral person. But I'm never going to tell you why. I'm not going to tell you about personal stuff in my life, But yes, I do. Okay. All right. So that's that for now. Please support the stream. Let's get some good support rolling before we get to Metal Gear Solid Delta later today in about an hour or so. Let's see if we can hit $50 by the end of the podcast. That would be a good head start, right? I feel like it would be. And I do want to say thanks because you guys absolutely massively supported the start of Metal Gear Solid Delta the other day. I really appreciate that you did. Okay, that was really awesome of you. I don't know if we're going to have that level of support for the entire playthrough, but certainly that was a great way to start it. But I don't know if that's just going to be just for the initial, just for the initial premiere, or if it's going to continue like that for the whole playthrough. I don't know. But you know what I'm excited is? I'm excited for the fact that we get to the game now. Like when we started playing it back on Thursday, it was so many cutscenes. And I get it. Again, it's Kojima and he has this world to establish and this crazy story to tell. But you just want to play a game at some point. Kind of hard to entertain an audience when I can't play a game and I'm just sitting here listening to cutscenes with you guys, right? So finally today, we are doing the real gameplay of Metal Gear Solid 3. Like, we're going to get into the big meat of the game. And to be honest, my initial reactions, which I may make a special video about this today, but my initial impressions are, this game's a lot easier now. Why? Because it plays like a third-person shooter. You no longer have to walk around with the tank controls and then switch to this, real tanky aiming and firing to try to shoot people. Instead, now you can move on the fly fast. You can quickly aim and fire over your shoulder. The CQC is completely different. You just walk up and grab some sucker and toss his ass and he's out, or you beat the shit out of him really fast. It's way redesigned to basically be a modern game, but quite frankly, I think by doing that, it makes the game way, way easier. So already, parts of the original game that I took me, try to beat, I'm just like turboing through in this playthrough. And today I feel like it's going to be more of the same. I legit feel like as we play more, today we might make big progress because it's not going to be as challenging of a game having modernized controls. Okay, but we'll see. I don't particularly remember how hard the game is, so I guess we'll have to find out the more I play. But yeah, so I'm excited for that today. And please support Metal Gear Solid Delta. Like I said, the sooner we hit our goals, the sooner we can do Calorie, mate. I'm excited to try it and see if it's any good. Darth Fig did a $5 super chat. He says, do you think this year has been a letdown for games? Or do you think last quarter will save the year? I think it's been okay, but next year will be huge. I hear that every year, though, Darth Fig. Like, really, every year it's like, well, this year was supposed to be good, but it ended up not being that good. But next year will be good. That's what we heard last year. Remember last year, the busy fall gaming season wasn't busy. It was actually quite slow. And everyone was like, don't worry. Even though nothing good came out and Astro bought one game of the year, next year it'll be better. And I'm like, yeah, but here we are. Guys, we're about to be in September. You realize that? We're about to be into almost the final quarter of the year. And what exactly has happened that's been great, right? Where are the great games? I'm still waiting. We've had Clair Obscur. Maybe you could argue Blueprints. And maybe here or there, one or two good things. But for the most part, nothing great. I think that a lot of people were hinging on the Switch 2 exclusives of Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza to be like top-notch first-party games, and neither was. Actually, both games were quite disappointing, which is kind of bad. When you think about it, you want it to be amazing and blow you away, and it just hasn't been that kind of a year. So I guess we'll have to see how things go for between now and the end of the year. Again, there are some games that have potential to be great. That doesn't mean they're going to be great, right? At the same time, perhaps it'll be another one of those years where all the games that on paper were supposed to be good will suck, but then all of a sudden there'll be like one or two amazing games that no one expected, and they'll come out of nowhere and blow us away, and those will be our game of the year. Who knows, right? So I guess we're just going to have to see. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Chef Demeski has done a $10 super chat and says, happy Sunday, Phil. Thank you so much, Chef Demeski. Good to see you. Thank you for the support. Happy Sunday to you. Welcome to the stream. And I hope you're ready for some Metal Gear action today. Actual action, unlike the last stream where we sat around. Today, there will actually be some action. Okay? So now, Harjas did a 100 rupee super chat. So that would be, wait, that's still not $1. Wait a minute. Oh, it is. It's $1.13. Okay. I can finally put that on the leaderboard. Thank you, Harjas, for the super chat. And he says, it ain't much, but the government has completely devalued the currency. All hail the king. Here's $1. All right. Thank you. Thanks for the buck. Cool. Okay. So now what I would like to do. Oh, by the way, a couple interesting things happened last week. Okay. So the first thing that happened was that I had technical difficulties trying to start up my Mega Man Marathon. So what were they? So OBS, which is Open Broadcast Software, that's the software I use to broadcast every single day and to capture as well, had an update. Now, I was reading the patch notes for the update, and it said, get this, new update, the background removal tool that I use, the NVIDIA background removal tool, has been updated. It now removes your chair. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. So if the background removal tool has been massively improved and now it removes your chair, that would mean that I don't have to keep putting the green screen chair cover on and off, and I wouldn't have to use the green screen effect. This means that I'd be able to actually remove my chair while I'm wearing a green colored shirt, okay? Which has been a problem for me. So that's why I got the update right before the stream, okay? So then I was about to start the Mega Man Marathon stream, and I said, okay, let's do this. And I pressed the button, and it said error. Huh? I pressed another button on my stream deck. Error, disconnected, error. What the? It's not working. So I went in and checked everything. I updated all the drivers. I updated all the plugins. I updated everything. Doesn't work. So basically what's happened is OBS did update their program to a beta, but no one else was, I guess, notified they were going to do that. So no peripheral company released plugins yet to make their stuff work with this newest version of OBS. So if I wanted to use my Stream Deck, which, by the way, I use it for everything. I literally use it to record and stop recording, to transition between scenes, to play music and sound effects. I use it for everything. So I need Stream Deck to work in order to have this stream working. Without Stream Deck, this has dramatically made my work easier. On the fly, I can do all these cool things, which I usually couldn't do previously. It was all manual work. So sadly, I was like, well, I guess I got to revert. So I did. And even yesterday on my day off, I tried again to see if I could get the new OBS, but no new plugins have been released for this thing yet. I guess this thing is like super hot, fresh, and no one knew it was coming. So no programmers, for any of these companies did any plugins for it yet. So I'm stuck. I am excited to use it when it comes out with plugins, because then I can basically try. Hopefully this new background removal tool is better and will make, everything look better. Chair. The thing is, if it actually removes chairs, I wonder if it's improved for hats. Like, I've tried to wear hats with the background removal tool, and it would like delete half the hat. So I'm wondering if the hat would work better and the chair would be, you know what I mean? Like if they've improved it that much with the AI. But we won't know yet. I can't do anything with it yet. So that was technical issue number one. Okay. Then all of a sudden, right in the middle of my Mega Man marathon, I want to say it was around 2, 3 p.m. I got a notice. I got to notice that all of a sudden, my internet's going to go out. Huh? It was actually from my ISP, and it was bizarre the way that it happened. They notified me ahead of time, okay, that basically your internet's going to go out today, and we know what's going to happen. It should be back in 2 hours. And I'm like, the hell? Why are you telling me now when it's happening? Why didn't you warn me before? Because if I had known the internet was going to go down today, I wouldn't have done a marathon. So the internet did go out, but then it came back. But the weirdest thing happened, okay? So it came back and I was able to stream and finish my marathon. But then after my marathon was over, I was trying to click around YouTube, to start uploading videos, and it was loading insanely slow. So I did a speed test, and it said I had a 3 megabyte per second download. I'm not kidding. And it said I had a 0.59 megabit per second upload. I was like, there's a problem with my internet. So I restarted the modem, and then it reset. And apparently what happened was they upgraded everyone's internet speeds, because my internet speed now is like 900 megabit per second download, which is faster than it used to be. I think it used to be like 600, 700. Now it's 900. And it upgraded to like 45 megabyte or megabit per second upload now. So I guess that's what the maintenance was, is that they were actually like flipping a switch to upgrade everyone's internet and didn't say anything, because it wasn't that fast beforehand. So not that it's going to benefit me. How often do I need to download things insanely fast? I don't. I'm actually more concerned with uploading than downloading. And the uploading is only 45, which isn't great, right? Isn't supposed to be like what would be a good upload speed? Like 100? And mine's only 45. So it's like, I wish I could upload faster, but I guess I can't, right? But hopefully this will actually make things better. Like maybe it would actually improve when I play games online. I don't know. But it is faster than it was. So I guess it'll be an interesting test to see when I play games online, how fast things go. For my streams, as you can see, it hasn't affected anything. It's just the same. My streams, I never had an issue with the stream quality or anything like that. So there you go. Buckwell, what's going on, man? How are you today? Good to see you over there on Kick. Most Tasteless, how are you on Kick? Now you've joined. I see many people are joining. Welcome, everybody who just joined. Yeah, I know 45 is not good. I know 45 is crappy, but the stream's fine and I upload videos fine. It's just, I think a lot of people have much better than that, but I don't think that around here, I wish that we had fiber. We don't. I would love to have fiber internet, but the infrastructure is not laid out here for it. That's the problem. So if they were going to do fiber internet, they'd have to load out new lines and everything for it. I have the absolute fastest internet in my area. So anyway, good stuff. Now let's talk about the schedule for the week, and then let's talk about this upcoming marathon, because we need to start brainstorming. I mean, we have a month, but we need to start brainstorming what games we're going to play during this upcoming marathon, so that way we can have a good lineup and people get hyped for it, right? Dr. Humst did a £2 super chat and says, I guess that I a metic on the fetin. I have no idea what that means. Maybe it's a saying or something. Thanks for $2. I have no idea what you just said. Okay. 2, right? So now we're at 34. Okay. Cool. All right. Euthanasia says, have you ever played Street Fighter Cross Mega Man? No, I've heard of it. But I surprisingly enough, I never played it. I think what it is it was a PC game, right? And at that time, I wasn't like heavily into PC stuff. So I completely missed it. It's probably something I would be interested in doing today. Okay. So let's talk about this week. This is a special week because this week we got new stuff. We got continuing stuff. It's a great week coming up. Let's take a quick look at the schedule. And actually, I could finish it. This is not the whole schedule, but this is essentially just the schedule for, what I could fit. So today we got Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater continuing, which I'm excited for because now we'll actually get into the meat of the game and a lot of good gameplay elements rather than just cutscenes, okay? Tonight, American Truck Sim, our weekly chill stream. This stream always does well. We get a great audience who likes to engage and hang out and have good conversation. We have more DLCs. Yeah, we have even more DLCs thanks to Buckwell. Buckwell sent me a bunch. He says that there was a sale, I guess, and he bought a bunch. I know one of them is the final state that we didn't have yet, but then he bought a bunch of other things too. I'm sure Buckwell will be here tonight to explain what he got so we can see how to implement it. So that's tonight on the late stream, 7 p.m. Tomorrow, hold on. Now you can see the times. Oh, wait, you can't. It's cut off. There we go. That's better. Tomorrow, we will not have a podcast. Since we're doing a full podcast today, we'll skip it tomorrow. We will try to get maximum progress in Grand Theft Auto 4 so we can finish the main story. We absolutely should finish the main story tomorrow and finally get to start the Ballad of Gay Tony. Okay, I'm excited for that. I remember particularly that everyone loved that DLC when I played it years ago. I just don't remember the DLC particularly because I only played it once. So I've completely forgotten about it, all right? So that's tomorrow. Tomorrow night, Gears of War Reloaded. We're going to play more Gears of War multiplayer and try to get into it and get better at it, okay? So that's going to happen Monday night. Now it's going to be in the rotation. Tuesday, we'll bring back the podcast for a day, and then we'll do Suikoden 2 HD on the first stream. And then since we'll have started the Ballad of Gay Tony, I want to do another segment of it right away. That way people aren't waiting a long time. So we're going to do Ballad of Gay Tony DLC on the late stream on Tuesday. Wednesday, once again, we'll forego the podcast so that we can get maximum gameplay in Snake Eater. And then we're going to do more Gears of War Reloaded on the late stream. And then Thursday, we're going to do Suikoden 2 again. And then we're going to do more Ballad of Gay Tony. And then Friday, again, these are not on here. Friday will be the premiere of Chronos The New Dawn. And then Friday night is Friday Night Fights, Capcom versus SNK 2. That's right. For the first time in ages, we're finally doing fighting games on Friday night. What I'm hoping is this will bring back the regulars, because we have a few regulars who show up only on Friday nights when we play fighting games. I hope they'll come back because we haven't seen them in weeks now, because I haven't played fighting games on Friday nights in a long time. Okay? So that's the week. And what we need to do is see how oops, that's the wrong button. See how things go. I'd like to see how long it takes us to beat Metal Gear. I'd like to see how far we can get in Suikoden. I want to see how far we get in GTA's DLC this week. I figure if we focus in on these three things, hopefully within a week or two we can beat them, or more than one. And then maybe before we get to the crazy new releases at the end of the month, which include Silent Hill F, as well as the Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and what's the other one at the end of the month? Oh, Final Fantasy Tactics Ivalice Chronicles. Before we get to those, hopefully we can finish several of these other games, so that way we don't have 100 playthroughs going on at once. So do you see what I mean about this month being very, very busy? It's a crazy busy month for me. I did? I'm being told I did play Street Fighter X Mega Man. Really? I have no recollection of that whatsoever. Let me search for it. I did. I played it. Absolutely, I did. And it got outstanding views. The parts each got like 10,000 views. Damn. Wow. I have zero recollection. Maybe I would like to play it again, because it does. It looks like classic Mega Man. Yeah, it does. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, it does look pretty cool. Crazy that I never played it. Or that I didn't remember that I played it. Huh. Okay. It looks like it plays just like classic Mega Man, so that'd be cool for, like, if I'm playing classic Mega Man and just to toss it up and play it again. That'd be nice. Okay. All right. So we've talked about the schedule. The next thing I want to talk about is this upcoming marathon. All right, we'll do that. But Darth Fig did a $2 super chat, and he says, remember, you want to react to the new truck game if you haven't. I haven't. I don't even know what it's called. So here's what we'll do. Thank you for that. Let's talk about the upcoming marathon for this month. Let's plan it out. Let's figure this out for a little bit. And then let's maybe do that. But we'll see if we have time. It depends on how long this next segment takes. Okay? Cool. Leopold says, don't you wish you could get 10,000 views on your videos again? Do you want to know the truth, Leopold? Honestly, do you want an honest answer to that? I would think you would actually want it if you asked it, all right? It doesn't affect me. I'm serious. Like, back in the day, I made a living off of video views because everything was based on monetization per video view. All right? So if I put out a video and it made 10,000 views, I'd roughly make like 20 bucks on that video. Okay? So in a day, I would pump out a whole bunch of videos and I'd probably make, a few $100, depending on how it went. Some days would be better, some days would be worse, but it all depends, right? Today, I literally turn on my streams, I hang out with you guys, right? And you support my streams, and then I upload the videos on the back end, and people watch them, people don't. It doesn't really affect me. Yeah, I get a little bit of extra support from that, from the ad revenue, but it's not like make or break for me at all. So today, I'm doing just as well as I was back in the day when I was a 10 million view channel. I'm not shitting you. I'm really not exaggerating at all. I'm doing good right now because you guys are supporting me so much on my streams that it doesn't matter that my videos don't get a ton of views. You got to keep in mind that back in the day, no one stole my content. So if you wanted to watch DSP, you had to watch DSP on DSPGaming. There was no, this guy ripped my content and re-uploaded it raw over here. This guy's live restreaming over here. It was everyone watched my content. So that's why I had 10,000 views a video. In reality, if you take all the views that I get on all the people who steal my content on a day, I still get 10,000 views a video. Just I don't get them on my channels anymore because people steal my content illegally. Okay? But the thing is, it doesn't really affect me. It doesn't. As long as people are coming by to my streams and hanging out and supporting my streams, it doesn't matter who steals my content. I'm still good. And that's what I keep telling people is, as long as I'm doing good, then we're good. But the moment that things turn, if things go for the worse, I hope these people realize who are stealing from me daily and breaking the law that I'm coming for them. Everything is now being documented. Everything is being recorded. And one day I very well may exercise my legal right to come for what's mine. Right now, I don't have to because I'm doing good. So I don't want to waste my time going to court, lawsuits, and nonsense. I just don't want to do it. Okay. I'm happy making content every day and being happy making a living doing it. But if ever that were to change, then guess what? I have the right to come after these people who have stolen those views from me because that's exactly what it is. Those are views that belong to me and I should have monetized and I should be making money on, and I'm not anymore. So I don't care that my videos aren't getting the views as long as I'm still getting the attention and the support. Okay. But these people better hope my support never dries up. That's the God's honest truth is as long as I'm supported, I don't give a shit. But the moment that it dries up, you're all fucked. That simple. Matter of fact, Road Kings is the name of the game. Okay. Just for the sake of it, let me open up Steam and open that so that we have it here if we have time to check it out. Road Kings. Yeah. All right. We got another super chat here. Excuse me, from Chef Demesky, $2, and he says Ex Mortis for the marathon. Laughing out loud. Ex Mortis sounds familiar. What is Ex Mortis? That sounds familiar to me, but I don't know what it is. No, I don't accept crypto, and I have no plans to accept crypto. Crypto fluctuates too much and is too uncertain of a currency. And what I mean by that is today it could be worth something and tomorrow it could be worth half of that and the next day it could be worth double. And just for financial reasons, I don't want to mess with that. Like, I don't want people supporting me and I don't withdraw it, and then all of a sudden I lose 80% of my income because it dropped tomorrow. There was a crash of the crypto market. In addition, crypto, for tax reasons, is very, very weird. Like, every single year, my tax guy says, if you did anything with crypto, you've got to outline everything you did at when and where and here. Like, he gives this giant, like, questionnaire about crypto. And it just scares me. I'm like, dude, I want to fucking deal with this. For tax purposes, sound like a nightmare of how this is dealt with. So I don't deal with crypto. I've got everything else. You got memberships and super chats on the YouTube side. You can become a sub or you can give subs over on the Kick side. You can tip me directly via my PayPal. Hell, if you don't want to do any of those things and you just want to support behind the scenes, you can actually pledge to my Patreon. All right? Which almost no one does, but it's just a thing that's still there like a legacy. There's so many ways you can support. All right? There's no reason for crypto. Okay? I'm not like, oh, I've been banned from everything and therefore I need crypto to survive. It's not like that. So that's why I don't do crypto. Okay? Okay. All right. So thank you guys for the early support. Nearly to $50. Like I said, let's hit 50 by the end of the podcast. We're a third of the way to the goal before we even start Metal Gear. That would be amazing. Okay. Now, this month, the idea that we had, and I think we're going to stick with it, it sounds like an idea people are excited for. Worst games ever marathon. What does that mean? It doesn't mean that a rage-inducing game. I think people have a misconception. They're like, well, then will you play Street Fighter V and will you do that? No. This is not rage-inducing games or games I don't like. This is supposed to be games that are absolutely infamously bad and me playing them in a marathon setting, especially because in a marathon setting, if people are supporting and I'm having shots and stuff, I think it would make it funnier for me to be playing bad games when I'm inebriating, okay? So we've already talked about a few games that sound like good candidates. Now that we're finally past August, what I'd like to do is start making a running tally. So here, worst games ever marathon. First off, when would it be? Taking a look at the calendar, it looks like probably the best time to do it would be the end of September. But the question is, what are the game release dates? We have Sonic Hill F coming out September 25th. Wait, what? Apparently, Silent Hill F and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds are both coming out September 25th. That's a Thursday. Why are there two hot new releases coming out on a Thursday? That's really odd, no? Huh. But they are apparently, right? I'm not crazy. It says Silent Hill F and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds September 25th. Well, if that's the case, okay. By the way, is YouTube chat working? YouTube chat has frozen. Uh-oh. Anyone able to type in YouTube chat? Is it working? Oh boy. Well, hopefully it unfreezes. It's been frozen for like 5 minutes. Oh, okay, here we go. Whoa. Okay. Everything just loaded for me from like 12:24 just right now, so it was messed up. I hit refresh and now it's working. Okay, cool. All right, if that's the case, then maybe what we should do is I guess officially like the last day of September. See, the last day of September is September 30th, which would be a Tuesday. But no one wants a marathon on a Tuesday, right? So maybe we will do our worst games ever marathon on Friday, the 26th. I think that makes sense. Friday the 26th. So let's set that right now. Friday, September 26th will be the worst games ever marathon. All right. Now, as for some games that people already have ideas that I should play, one is Big Rigs. I think it's actually formally called Big Rigs Over the Road Racing or something crazy like that. Infamously one of the worst driving games ever made. The game is completely unfinished. You could drive through everything, and you apparently could like warp and shit if you play it. So, yeah, that's one. Another one would be Bubsy 3D, which apparently is infamously one of the worst 3D platformers ever made during the N64, PlayStation 1 era. And that's going to actually be re-released in the upcoming Bubsy collection that's coming out in a few days here. So that's cool. That'll be available to us, okay? Now, outside of that, what else do you think we should be playing during this Worst Games Marathon? Someone said Superman 64, and that infamously is a terrible game. Problem is, how do you play it, right? Like, they don't really have it anywhere. You can't buy it and play it on anything. And to be frank, I don't want to be messing around with emulators and shit during a marathon. I want everything to work. Not, oh, an emulator. Then you go to use it and your emulator won't load and crashes, and now your marathon screwed. So sadly, I guess there's no way to really do it right now. Now, you see the block. Here's the thing. He says, a lot of the worst games are retro, and if people are bored by retro games, it might be hard to find entertaining bad games. I don't think so. I think in this case, since the whole idea is bad games, doesn't matter if they're retro or not, as long as they're bad, they'll entertain people. No, sadly, the Mortal Kombat, I agree there. Like, Mortal Kombat Mythologies would have been perfect, but the collection's not coming out in time, so we're not going to be able to play it. People recompiled Superman 64 and ported it to PC, and they added ray tracing. Really? How do you get that? I don't know. I'm looking. I can't find any concrete information about it. I see some people are talking about it, but I don't see anyone saying how to do it. Yeah, I would love to play that. I've never played it before, but I don't know how I would do it. Oh, I don't know anything about train simulators or anything like that. I guess let me put it this way. If really this marathon is only going to work if we figure out emulation, then maybe this is the time that we figure out emulation. But I guess we would have to figure it out and work on it, and I need time to do that then. That would mean that at the end of this month, there's going to have to be a couple nights where instead of gaming, we do like streams where we set up emulators and we test them and we do stuff like that. Because I can't do it on my own. I don't have the time or the means or the knowledge. I'm going to need people's help to do it. I'm okay. Listen, let me put it this way. I'm okay doing emulation as long as it's games that aren't readily available. Like, how do you play Superman 64? You don't. You can't buy it. You can't get it anywhere legally. So if emulation is the only way to do it, then I'll go that route. But if there's a way to play something legally, like just buy it and play it on Switch 2 or buy it on Steam, I'm going to do that first. Okay? RetroArch is fire and simple. Oh, yeah? Okay. Well, all right, let's start adding games then. Superman 64. Let's add this to our list. It's not called Superman 64, by the way. Did you guys know that? It's actually called, where is the title screen? I think it's just called like Superman or The Adventures of Superman or something like that. It's not Superman 64, but everyone just calls it that. That's not what the name was. Because later on, I'm almost positive later on it was ported, or it was supposed to be ported to PlayStation, but they never finished the game. So it was like an unfinished game, and you can get that edition online too. Life of Black Tiger? What is that? It's called The New Superman Adventures. That's what it's actually called. There you go. Most people don't realize that. Shaq Fu. Oh. I mean, that game is so fucking bad. It would be fun for like 5 minutes, but it's going to be so bad to try to play through. It's a piece of shit. Life of Black Tiger. I've never heard of it. Let me put that on the list. I'll put Shaq Fu, but see the thing about Shaq Fu, we will all be bored of it within like 10 minutes. It's some of these games, like Superman 64, I'll make an honest effort to try to get as far as I can in like an hour. You know, Bubsy 3D, same thing. Big rigs, I'll, mess with it. But I feel like Shaq Fu is a game, like it's so insufferably bad. Like you can tell they didn't even like fucking program it right. The moves don't work. It's just a piece of shit. So I don't know. We're gonna be like 5 seconds. Amy, I don't think Amy's available anymore, my ruin, because Amy was digital only. So I don't even think you can get Amy anymore. I think that it's been like shut down permanently. I'll put it on the list, but I don't think you can play it anymore. Why would you want me to play RimWorld during the worst games ever marathon? What are you talking about? I thought you guys said RimWorld was good. Yeah, movie tie-in games would be eligible. I guess the question is, again, are they available? How do you play them? Angry Birds? What do you mean? Is that a mobile game? Glover. I've heard of Glover because Glover music plays sometimes on the retro stations that I listen to for retro music. So I don't know what the game is, but I've heard the soundtrack. That's true. Lord of the Rings Gollum. I wonder how much that costs now. $10. It's $10 now. All right, I'll put that on there. Danzak did a $5 super chat. He says Life of Black Tiger, and there's one called Secondhand Lands. Secondhand Lands? Why is it called Secondhand? That just sounds bad from the get-go. Secondhand game. What the hell? I don't know what that is. Secondhand Lands? Is that on Steam? No, it's not. What? Oh, okay. I'm not even kidding you. I typed in Secondhand Lands, and it searched on Steam, and it came Super Lesbian Animal RPG. What the fuck is this? I'm going to pretend like that didn't happen. Okay. Well, Secondhand Lands is not on Steam. If you know where it is, so I can look it up, Danzak. Let's see. Maybe I could just find it on Google. Secondhand Lands online game. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, that is really bad. Whoa. Oh, no. It is on Steam. Oh, it's no longer available on the Steam store. It was removed. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, it was removed. So I guess you can't play it anymore. I wonder why it was removed. It was too awful. Elder Scrolls Redguard and Daggerfall are bad. Yeah, but those are just old games. There's a difference between, oh, it's not good anymore because it's old versus, oh, it's just actually was never good. Because I know people liked those games when they were new. I've already played Ride the Hell Retribution. Yeah, I've been there, done that. So that one's already, under my belt. We wouldn't want to do that a second time. Oh, someone said Forspoken. How much does Forspoken cost? That's actually might be a good idea. Woo! They're charging $70 on Steam for Forspoken. Are they fucking crazy? $70 for the game that flopped 2 years ago and no one played? Are they fucking nuts? Dude, even on like cdkeys.com, it's $34, $33. Fuck that noise. Dude, we know that game is ass and they're going to charge that much. No one's ever going to play it. Like, seriously, if they wanted a bunch of people to play it, they would just reduce the price to like $10, $15, and people would be like, I'll just buy it on a whim. No one's going to spend 70 fucking dollars on a game they know is ass. What a bunch of idiots. Wow. Well, fuck that. I would have played Forspoken, but not for those prices. They're insane. What's up, Dungeon Keeper's Mistress? How you doing, man? Home Run the Revolution? Well, that was a case of a game that was awful back in the day. I wonder if it's still bad. Dark Magus says they don't want anyone playing the game and making fun of it more. So, so keep it artificially expensive. Wow. I have Rare Replay Collection on Xbox, but I think it's actually on Game Pass. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Rare Replay Collection is on Game Pass. Apparently not. Wow, they removed it? What the fuck? That's lame. I swear at one point it was on Game Pass. Apparently it's not anymore. Yeah, it's not even on the Xbox app, and they own it. That's hilarious. Xbox owns Rare? Yeah, Rare Replay isn't anywhere. Are you kidding? Maybe it's only on console, but I don't have an Xbox console. I can use it here anymore. Oh, I've heard about Dustborn. I just don't want to give them any money. They don't deserve it. I'm not going to give them $1 for their awful game. Clay Fighter? Well, again, how would we play Clay Fighter, right? We'd have to emulate it. Clay Fighter I played back in the day on SNES. I would say, even though Clay Fighter isn't a good game, it's not a terrible game. It was an interesting game for the time. It actually had, it was notable because it actually had a following and it had a unique art style, you know? I have one of the Bad Rats games. Someone said Bad Rats. I have one of those games. I don't remember which one. I just have Bad Rats 1. That's what I have, Bad Rats. So I have that already. If you guys wanted me to play Bad Rats, I do have it. I'll put that on the list just in case. Anthem you can't get anymore because Anthem they're shutting down. So basically you can't buy it anymore. Home for the Revolution is on sale for $3. You're right. $3. Offer ends September 4th. I guess since it's $3, I'll just buy it now. It's only $3. Even if we never play it, I don't care. But since this sale's about to run out, I'll just buy it now. There you go. It's actually $3.30 because of the tax, for the record. All right, so let's add that. Home for the Revolution. Sadly, secondhand lands I have to get rid of. That's not even available. I wonder if Amy is available on here. Probably not. Nope. So can't do Amy because that's not available. Yeah. Yeah, E.T. infamously one of the worst games of all time, right? I'll put that on here. I wonder if there's an Atari emulator or is E.T. available in any collection? Because remember they sold that Atari collection. Was E.T. in that collection? Because if so, I'll get that collection. How dare you say Heavy Rain? That game is great. How dare you say that as a bad game? Take that back right now. Zombies Ate My Neighbors is not a bad game. It's just an insanely difficult game. AEW Fight Forever? Is it really that bad? The game that was in development hell for ages, it finally came out and it sucked? Oh, dude, it's $40 on Steam. That's insane. I wonder about CD keys. It is $11 on CD keys. So I guess that's doable. Oh, never mind. They don't have it on CD keys. It's sold out. They don't have it anymore. So no, I'm not paying $40 for it. And so that's out. Even though it is bad, I'm not playing it because I'm not spending that much money. Yeah, how about that? How about the FMV games from back in the day, guys? Or the point and click stuff that's bad. Are those available? Fast and Furious Showdown? What the hell is that? Oops, I'm going to click that. Fast and the Furious doesn't come up. There's nothing on Steam for that. Fast and Furious Crossroads, Fast and Furious Spy Racers, but they're not available. Nope. Darn. Problem with a lot of these games, they're not available anymore. Ex Mortis was a point-and-click horror game that was a flop. Ex Mortis? It's not on. None of these are, guys, the games you're talking about aren't available anywhere. And I guess that says something for game preservation, is that if these games aren't anywhere to play, how do you play them? Yeah, they're not available. I don't know. Oh, really? I'm being told a lot of these are console only. So now it's the opposite. It used to be I could only play stuff on console. Now I can only play stuff that's either PC, Switch 2, or PlayStation Pro. I don't have an Xbox console available anymore. So it has to be on PC. Oh, yeah? GOG has some of these games? Oh, yeah? There was a Matrix game? What Matrix game? Night Trap. That's right. Night Trap did have an anniversary, right? I'm pretty sure Night Trap had like a version that was released. Night Trap 25th anniversary, $15. I mean, it's actually not that bad of a game. It's really not. It's just really cheesy. I'll put that on the list. Okay. So far, we got Big Rigs, Bubsy 3D, Superman 64, Life of Black Tiger, Shaq Fu, Lord of the Rings Gollum, Bad Rats, Home for the Revolution, E.T., and Night Trap. I wish that you knew how to play the E.T. Is there an Atari collection that has it? There's Atari 50, the anniversary celebration, and Atari 50, the wider world of Atari. It's a DLC. Why doesn't it list what are in it? So this is Atari 50 anniversary celebration. No ET. What the hell? No ET? The most infamous Atari game ever isn't in their collection. Why would you not put the most infamous game you've ever made in the collection? How dumb is that? Because I want to play ET. I remember I had it. I had ET on Atari. It's pretty insufferable. The sound effects alone, like, melt your brain. If you type in play ET Atari online, you can just play it online. Oh, really? Let's see. Oh, cool. Is it browser-based? It is. You can play it browser-based. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. All right. We'll put that in there. Of course, there's insane pop-up ads, but... I have to do it that way. Okay, wow, Harundum, thank you. Harundum has gifted 5 memberships to the community. Thank you, Harundum, for the gift. I appreciate that. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. I have to be careful because the memberships don't have sound effects, and sometimes I miss them because I'm always listening for a sound effect now to know that a contribution's coming in. Thank you, Harundum. So that gets us up to $58 of support on the podcast today. Ding Dong Die did a $1.50 tip. He says, what about revving up the Sega CD, play Supreme Warrior or Plumbers Don't Wear Ties? I think those games are available online. I'm pretty sure you can play those on PC now. Like, they actually have, like versions that have been ported to PC. Plumbers Don't Wear Ties is just dumb because it's a really bad game, but everyone's already seen it. Like, I've already watched the Angry Video Game Nerd do it. So if I did it, that's a game that, like, the first time you see it, you can react to it, but after that, there's nothing to it. It's crappy. I don't want to... I see again. Like, someone said Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. Yeah, but then you're giving money to a game developer that made an awful game and they don't deserve it and you don't want to reward them. You know what I mean? It's only wow, it's only $3? All right, maybe we will play that then. It's $3. I don't care about giving the money then. Okay. There you go. Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, $3. Skull Island Rise of Kong is also supposed to be horrible and it's $6. I missed out on that one. That one was also 2017. Excuse me, 2023. Oh, their special promotion ends on September 5th. That it's only $5.99. Well, I'll put it on there. I guess we'll see what it costs by the time the marathon hits. Okay. I think we've got enough suggestions. At this point, we've got like a good amount. I think we'll continue though. Like this will be an ongoing topic for the first week or two of the month. We'll try to figure out what are the worst games we could do in this marathon, and then eventually we'll lock it in. But it's going to be Friday, September 26th. Let's lock in the date so we all know when it is and we can work towards that. So it's 4 weeks from this past Friday, right? Yeah. So good stuff. The next marathon coming at the end of the month. The worst games ever marathon. It should be fun to play some terrible games, especially while inebriated. And thank you guys for the suggestions. Okay. All right. Can you? So Cyberelk says he just found it. You can play Superman 64 in a browser now. All right, maybe I'll do it that way then. That makes sense. Cool. Danny just became a member, and that's a legit new membership. Thank you to Danny for the membership. I appreciate it. Cyberelk did a €2 super chat. We be modding Unlock FPS Metal Gear Solid Delta today. I don't have to because we did the what is it? The upscaling, not the upscaling, the frame generation at performance mode. It's running at a great frame rate. If you don't use frame generation, then apparently the game runs like complete ass. But since we're doing it, it already looks good. So there's really no reason to not do that. So Phantom did a $10 super chat. He says, Keem was trying to, are you kidding? Keem was trying to redirect his Lolcow live stream to your stream, and he sent it to a restreamer instead. How do you not know DSPGaming? How do you how do you not understand DSPGaming? It's kind of a hard channel to fuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, thank you for the super chat, Phantom. Good Lord. What are we at right now? 74, I think. And then Adam did a $5 super chat. He says, this is the right stream. Keem sent us to the wrong one. Unbelievable. And then Danny did a $20 super chat. He says, what up? Keem directed us to a restreamer on accident. I sent $20 to the wrong person, L Keem, but I hope that you see you on Lolcow Live soon. So you guys don't know what's going on. I'll explain what's going on. Okay? But give me a second. And then Tata Nasty did a $5 super chat. You remind me of a DJ at a strip club. Come on down to the stage and show support. What? What? Okay, I've never heard that one before. That's a first. That's pretty funny. And Joe also did a $5 super chat saying he sent money to the wrong person. So you guys seriously, you guys got to make Keemstar. Like, you got to totally give him shit now. How does he send you to the wrong stream? That's messed up. All right. Well, I appreciate all of you who just came to the stream randomly and supported out of nowhere. I appreciate that. So here's what's going on. All right. As you all know, last year, all right, I did have an interview with Keemstar that went well. And since then, we've basically laid off each other, right? Like, I don't talk about him. He doesn't talk about me. We stay away from each other, which is fine. You know, we left the door open that maybe in the future there would be something that we would work together for something, but we don't know what, right? A lot of people had said, well, why didn't you ever go on his show, Lolcow Live? And I said, because I was never invited. Like, literally, I was never asked to ever be on the show. You know, I was assuming that they probably felt that me being on there wasn't very interesting. that if they wanted to do something, it would be something bigger than that. I don't know. But as you know, I told you guys, I'm never going to work for Keemstar or anything like that. I've outright said it over the years. I'm not interested in working for the guy or anything like that, you know. But always left the door open if anything would happen, and just nothing ever happened. Okay. Now, out of nowhere, okay, literally out of nowhere, I get a DM from Boogie a couple days ago. All right. And he says, "Oh, Phil, this is your official invite to Lolcow Live. Now we'd like you on the show." And that was like it. That's all I get in the DM. No information about anything. So I went back to him and I'm like, well, number one, when do you even stream? Because I have no idea when you're streaming. That's number one. Okay. Number two, what would the subject matter be? Why do you want me on the show now? Like, what's going on? Okay. So he responds again and he says, well, here's when we stream. And that's it. Like, he doesn't say what the show, why they want me on the show, nothing about the subject matter. And I'm thinking to myself, why am I talking to Boogie? If I'm going to be on the show, I should be talking to King, not Boogie, right? Now, at the same time that happens, I kid you not, this just happened. Wings of Redemption sends me a DM. Now, I've told you guys that over the last several years, I've tried to talk to this guy, and very rarely does he ever respond to anything. There's been many opportunities where I said I wanted to interview him on the Level 1 podcast. I would maybe want to do some gameplay with him, all this stuff. He just ignores me. He literally just ignores me. Okay? All of a sudden, out of the blue, he messages me and says, oh, so, what's going on? Like, basically, he's trying to start a conversation with me. And I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. And I did some research. And I come to find out Wings is back on Lolcow Live. Okay? Now, to my knowledge, he was off for months there. But apparently, he's just rejoined the show. Okay? And basically now, I think what's happened is they're trying to rejuvenate the show. This show has been through many different iterations now, different hosts. They've done a whole bunch of different events. And now I think what they're trying to do is breathe some new life into their show. Okay. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's, to my knowledge, it sounds like that's what's going on. Okay. And so they brought back Wings after him being gone for months. I think they've realized that didn't really work. People liked Wings and they want him back as the host. So he's back. And now I think they're trying to involve other people. So, now they're contacting me, and it's weird. I just wanted you to think about this. For years, I reached out to Wings and I said, do you want to do an interview? Do you want to do some gameplay? Do you just want to hang out? Let's just do some fun stuff. He ignores me. Now, all of a sudden, the moment he rejoins Lolcow Live, and at exactly the same time that Boogie messages me to be on the show, now he's going to start talking to me? That's a little suspect, don't you think? I'm sorry, I wasn't born yesterday. I got to be a little skeptical of the genuine nature of him now. You know what I'm saying? So I basically responded to it and I was like, listen, just so you know, I get the feeling that this is all some kind of a plan from Keem. You're going to try to be nice to me now after years of me trying to talk to you and you blew me off. I don't buy it. And if Keem wants me on the show, then he should just reach out to me himself instead of sending his employees after me, because it's essentially what he's doing. He's sending Boogie after me. He's sending you now. Just have him talk to me. He has my contact info. Okay. And that's where I've left it. So I don't know what else is going on. All right. But now, can I be honest with all of you? Because I want to end the show. We got to play Metal Gear. All right. Here's the deal. Okay. I don't know what me going on Lolcow Live would do for anyone. Like, for me, for my audience, and you guys know, we're here enjoying games. I'm very busy right now. This is an incredibly busy time of the year. I'm actually trying to juggle an incredible amount of games at one point, and we're very busy, right? Things are going well. Streams are going well. Everything's good. And I have stayed out of drama, right? I've purposefully said, I want to be out of drama and not involved in any of this crap. I've made it a staunch thing ever since back in, what was it, March? I said, that's it. Drama's done. We're good now, right? So I don't need to worry about that shit. I'm set where I am. I'm doing well, right? It's not like I need a boost. It's not like I need to do this now. It's not. Like, I'm actually good where I am. Okay? So, if I have a conversation and the conversation is that, they want me on the show and we're going to have a good time and just chill or whatever, that's one thing. But if it's going to be, yeah, we want to talk about all this drama shit and we want to do this and that. No, I don't want to talk about drama. I don't want to incite trolls to do dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like at this point, if I go on that show and it ends up being drama, it's just going to be detrimental to all of us here and what I've built this year. Because this year I've turned it all around and things are going very well, right? I don't need to now start creating problems for myself in this community. So I'm not sold on it, but at the same time, I haven't had a single word about what this would be or anything. You know what I mean? So I guess we'll have to see. All right. But just so everyone knows, like, publicly, that's all that's happened. I haven't had a conversation with Keem or anything. I don't know what's going on. So if you guys are saying they were talking about me on their show today, I don't know. All right. So I guess this is what it'll have to be. But listen, as I say, I'm happy with being me, doing my content here. We're doing well with it. I'm not looking to work for Keem or work with Keem or anything. No, I'm not. I don't, I'm just not. I'm happy and I'm doing good. So I don't need that, nor do I need any kind of new involvement and drama and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Maybe absolutely nothing will come of it whatsoever. Maybe something will come of it, and we'll have a crossover show where where there's fun stuff. But we'll have to work on it and try to figure it out. Well, that's not anything that this is the initial talk. I haven't even had a word with anyone over there yet about it officially. Thank you to Relaxing Chill Fun, who just gifted our first sub of the day over on Kick. I appreciate that. What are we at? I can't see anymore, man. 109. Okay. Annoying. And so Guitar Player here. Thank you, Guitar Player, for 50 months as a member. Yeah, I don't know about this. Thank you, Guitar Player, for 50 months as a member. I appreciate it. Good to see you. And then also there was a super chat from Danzak. And Danzak said, I didn't grow up on a farm, but I know what bullshit smells like. Yeah. Thank you, Danzak. Okay. Now here's the deal. I don't know who this person is. Someone just gifted 20 members to the community, but I have no idea who they are. Who is Danny? Because it could be fake. Sadly, as we know, we get a lot of people who gift fake memberships. So I don't know if I can count this or not, sadly. It'd be great if I could, and certainly it would be great and it would help, but I don't know if these are legit or not, guys. Oh, is this Danny? Are you the guy who did the $20 super chat? Okay, so this is legit? As long as it's the same guy, I think it is. Because then they're real. Okay, cool. So this is legit then. Excellent. All right, well, thank you, Danny. 20 gifted memberships. That's huge support. Thank you, Danny. Wow. Awesome. So that's $60 of support. And then Danny did a $34 super chat. He says they're legit. Thank you, Danny. Wow. Awesome support from Danny. And Danny, you came off of the incorrect redirect. Thank you. So 34 more bucks means we're now at 210 of support. And it means that we hit our first milestone goal of the day. Let's do a quick celebration. 36 out of 40. Thank you, guys. Remember, when we hit 40 goals, we're going to be trying these probably disgusting Calorie Mate bars from Metal Gear Solid Delta. And we can do it whenever. We can do it on a day stream. We can do it on a night stream. We can do it whenever. So thank you guys for this early support and allowing the stream to be successful before we've even gotten to the game. Appreciate that very, very much. All right. We got to end the show because I actually have to go on break and then we have to get started here with Metal Gear. All right, guys? All right. Thank you guys so very, very much. Appreciate you. Remember, there is no podcast tomorrow because my goal tomorrow is to get maximum progress in GTA 4, beating the main campaign and starting the Ballad of Gay Tony DLC. I will return on Tuesday with the Level 1 Podcast. That was the incorrect button. I apologize, everybody. So thank you for watching the Level 1 Podcast. I hope you enjoy, and thank you guys so very, very much. I'll see you all on Tuesday, but in the meantime, I hope you will join me for some awesome gameplay here on the channel. Peace out, and see you soon.